Welcome everybody to the very first episode of Spiels on Wheels, where I've forgotten most of my spiel already and I don't have my heelys on, so we can't wheel for a while. I just wanted to let you know that this is the very first episode in case you didn't hear me about 10 seconds ago, and I'm already about a mile and a half into my 3-mile walk, so I don't have much time. I'm just going to be talking to you today about some of the games that I've been playing and hope to hear from you guys about the games that you've been playing. So recently I started Crosscode, which came out probably like a year ago. I don't really know, don't remember, but I bought it on my Nintendo Switch and I've been playing it, and it's finally out of early release as far as I can tell, unless they're hiding secrets from me. It's really good. I'm really interested in the story. I'm super excited to see what that intro is all about, and the movement and all of the attacks were really crisp. It's hard to breathe and talk at the same time. I really enjoy how every single nook and cranny of the game is tailored to poke at your player's want to attack. Now, everyone might not necessarily have that urge, but I definitely do. The sun is hitting really hard on me. Picked a really crappy day to start this, didn't I? But basically, the tutorial dungeon makes you go through a series of puzzles that just kind of prod your imagination with your sphere attack, because you're a spheromancer. Everything that I can tell so far is really well tailored to trying to get you in the mindset of using geometry as a weapon as well. Not just what they give you in the game, but to really pick at your brain and say, how can I use this? How can I ricochet these spheres off of walls and hit that switch? And in that sense, it is a little bit difficult to get into because it is just another game where you hit switches to make doors open, which I understand every game has to have some way of getting the player along, but I would like a little more context. But in this case, it's probably okay, because the entire game is centered around having you join an MMORPG. Not like World of Warcraft or MapleStory, but probably a little bit more action-based. Really am into the music. It's probably not my favorite part of the game, but it's definitely up there, along with Kingdom Hearts, Mario and Luigi series. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the characters as well as the story that they've been plotting so far. So far, it's difficult to say whether the story will actually go anywhere or whether or not they're gonna pull the rug out from under me and just say like, haha, we gotcha. Look at that, no more sun. But we're about to go back into it. One of the more interesting things that I think the game does is actually let you talk to NPCs and have them interact with you in more ways than just, hey, go to this place. Hey, do this thing. But I'm not very far in right now, so maybe it's just rose-tinted glasses. Something I wish a lot of games would do is the Breath of the Wild approach, something you'll be hearing me say a lot on these Spiels on Wheels. One of the best things I think Breath of the Wild does is allow you to interact with characters at different times of day and see their actual life cycle. They're not just standing in one place forever like in Pokemon. This is becoming very hard because now I'm looking into the sun. The sun's starting to get in my eyes a little, so I think it's about time that we put on our heelys and start some wheeling. Having characters talk to you and interact with you in that way is not the end-all be-all to some kind of immersion that the game can offer, but it goes a great way to make you feel like you're actually inside the world, in my opinion. Damn. Stupid horsefly. Anytime games or media can really make me look at a character and go, wow, they actually live here in this world. This world is actually a living, breathing entity. It goes a long way to immerse me in the world. It definitely is something that I enjoy whenever I'm playing any kind of video game. It doesn't really matter what genre. This is our very first hill, and it's not that tall, honestly. I don't really know how to describe it in terms of elevation, but it's one of my favorite hills to do just because it doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna crash. I don't know, it just glides really well, and the wind is really nice today, so we'll see how it goes. Of course, it'd probably be the first time that I got my heelys that I'd fall on my butt, but maybe not. Maybe we'll be fine. If I wasn't such a scaredy cat, we wouldn't have those abrupt stops, but that'll come with time. It's been a long time since I've worn these, since I've even had a pair of these. Something else that I think that I'll like about Crosscode is that it doesn't really waste any of your time with any unnecessary plot. It seems like everything is going to be related to something else at some point in the story. For the moment, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a whole lot of dilly-dallying around. It seems like it's really going to get to the meat of the story, and it's going to get there quick. I can foresee probably a couple of fetch quests, and I hope they don't really plague the game. I hope it's more dungeons than it is helping people get milk from the store, but who knows, maybe I'm wrong about it. Here we are coming up on our second hill. Same as the first hill, not really super duper tall. Don't really know how to equate it to any kind of elevation that actually everybody else in the world measures with. I'd say probably about, I have no form of measurement. I don't even have a joke for you guys. I have zero way to tell you how tall this is without just showing you and going down on it. And it probably doesn't even look like anything. It probably looks flat from the angle that I'm doing it at. was rough. That one other hill one more time and then we'll call it a video. This whole walking and talking thing is a lot harder than I expected it to be. Probably should have expected it to at least get rid of most of my breath. I wonder if there's something wrong with my bearings. Every time I take a step, I can feel the wheels rolling without me really doing anything. This shot probably also isn't great because the sun is right there in the direction that I'm filming. It's really nice outside though. Maybe try to get a shot of any of the clouds. Some there. It's a really big one. It's really nice. Clouds are probably one of my favorite things to look at while I'm out and about in nature. This isn't nature, this is the suburbs. Maybe I'll do this from a park one day. Probably be a better location. I probably won't go up as high this time either. Just as a small recap while we're going down this hill, would love to hear from all of you and hear what you've been playing, what you've been up to. Have you done any biking or anything outside? Any kind of outdoor activity? No, right now it's kind of hard to do anything outside with pandemic going on, but let me know in the comments. Definitely love to hear it from you guys. One final thing to say, I don't know if I already said it, probably did. I repeat things a lot. I don't have a good memory either. I'm really hoping that Crosscode delivers on one big thing, and that's the dungeons. Really love to see a lot of new powers that come up during the game, kind of Zelda-esque. And the only reason I'll probably be excited about this and not classic 2D Zelda dungeons is because it'll have something to do with geometry. I'm really hoping that all of the power-ups that they give, if they give any, will have to do with like shooting against the walls and triggering one thing, and then that thing triggers another thing, and you have to kind of time your way to the next puzzle piece. Hopefully not bearing too much on execution, but maybe just a little bit more than just puzzle solving, probably a little bit of both. I just hope it doesn't stay like in the first tutorial dungeon where you hit one switch, a door opens, and then you move on. It's really not like that. I'm kind of oversimplifying it, but that's most of what you did in the first dungeon. You'd have a kill room, you'd hit some switches, the door would open. That's pretty standard. I don't think it's gonna be a big problem. I think they're gonna improve upon that a lot throughout the game. And I think the first dungeon is a great way to teach you what powers you have and how you can use them. I just hope they expand upon it. I just said a pond. I think I'm gonna end this video here. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe for more of these. I'll be starting a new series called Design Like. Remember to leave any kind of activities that you guys have been doing during the pandemic down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are up to, keeping yourselves from being bored. Any games that you've been playing, any books, any card games, definitely let me know. Love to read it, love to talk about it, maybe on the next episode. Look forward to Design Like, and here's one more hill. Have a great day. One more thing I kind of forgot to mention is that I'm doing this kind of as a way to promote myself to exercise. I really have let go of myself in these past couple of years, and I really want to start taking care of myself. Probably around 3 weeks ago, I was around 235 pounds. Last week, Thursday, I was 230 pounds, and I'll probably be sharing what my weight is today. Let me know if you're also doing your workout sessions too. Seeing other people motivated gets me motivated, so be cool to see. You can follow me at Twitter at RepentMF, YouTube channel is RepentMF, and Twitch is also RepentMF. Car. It's really hard to keep my hand up. I don't have a stand yet. Hopefully we'll have that for one of the next videos. I can see you. You can't see me, but I can see you.